Module 14, Growing Digital. I have to say, I'm really excited to be able to speak to you on this topic in this way at this time, because if I created the content and shot these videos just 6 months earlier, the acceptance levels of the concept of going digital would have been much lower. There's this historical belief within the financial services industry that potential clients and clients want to see advisors face to face at their offices and at their homes. This may have, to one degree or another, been true once upon a time, but it isn't any longer the case. Things change. The world speeds up. People become busier. Life has become all about convenience. People want things that are quick and easy, and time has become a valuable, tradable, and expensive commodity. Technology has increased at such a rate that if we think about where we are and what we have right now relative to where we were and what we had not too long ago, it's almost overwhelming, the journey that we have experienced. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. It's no longer something we're talking about that's coming, that's in the future. We've been in it for some time. And the sooner that everyone accepts the reality of the fact that things in the way that we interact and engage with other human beings, both personally and in business, have changed and are going to continue to change, the sooner we can adjust the way we show up in what we do and how we do it to support ourselves in what we do and how we do it. In 2009, I had a number of clients, expat South Africans, that were on secondment, that had been deployed through various countries in Africa. And I had limited media with which I could communicate with them. It was really telephone and email. I'm not even including fax because I still get upset when people ask me for my fax number. And there was Skype back then. And we concluded high-value business deals, and there was ongoing servicing and communication and good engagement using the likes of Skype and email and telephone. We didn't need face-to-face. Yes, where there was an opportunity to meet face-to-face, it consolidated the relationship that we built over time, but it wasn't necessary. We could do what we did without that. And those were by existing clients and potential clients that were referred to me. As I shoot this video, I've been using Zoom for almost 4 years. And over this time, I haven't had a single objection by a client or potential client to my suggestion that we have a virtual meeting. It may have something to do with the way that I do it, which is important because you don't want to cower at the thought of inviting people to something digital as opposed to face-to-face. What's most important is that it's part of your process and that it's part of your value proposition. You got to think about what you want. If you're happy spending 4 of your 8 working hours in a car moving from client to client, then that's fine. If you're happy suggesting to a potential client that you go to his or her office or his or her home at night and on the weekends, then that's fine, but it doesn't make sense either way in the long term because you're building a sustainable business that can support you to live the life you want. And when you're prospecting, approaching potential clients, bringing them on board into your business and the way that you do things, you need to streamline your process so that you save time, this valuable, tradable, expensive, and rare commodity nowadays. Include the digital world as part of your process and your value proposition. Think about how to convincingly suggest that a potential client can meet with you digitally, at least for the first meeting. It doesn't have to be an hour or 2-hour session where you get to know each other and build that enormous rapport and establish a relationship. It could be an exploration meeting or a discovery meeting. It could be just touching base so that you have a face-to-face experience and you can meet each other. Then you can meet face-to-face or create a second meeting in a different way. But the power of inviting someone to meet with you where you save time, you provide convenience, is incredibly powerful, and you will appreciate it in your business, and your potential clients will appreciate it in their day, because you're not taking any time in addition to the time that you need in order to engage with them, to explore whether there's a fit and whether you'll work or can potentially work together. It's that. If it's a 20-minute meeting, that's at 20 minutes. There's no 60 minutes driving there, 60 minutes driving back, you having to leave your office or the client having to leave his or her office. It's just the time of that meeting. Now, in the virtual world of meetings, there are certain ways that you have to go about this. And the resource that's part of this module explores that. There are considerations that you need to think about with regard to digital meetings, the digital world, the virtual world. And I include some information that will support you in setting this up, including video etiquette, tips and tricks around digital meetings. And at the end, there's one very interesting and completely made up but highly impactful statistic which will make you think about the way that you show up in a virtual meeting. Include digital in your process. Go virtual in the way that you do things. And don't be afraid to do this with potential clients. It's not just for existing clients and established relationships. The power of inviting a potential client to a virtual meeting to the benefit of both you and the potential client is enormous. Read through the resource and get going on this as soon as you can.